Record. Awesome. So, welcome to our call, you guys. This is my What Is Coaching call to kind of share with you a little bit about what coaching is, what it isn't, and how it is that I am able to leave my job of 5 years, what I thought was going to be my career forever as a teacher. Like, I'm still super stoked. Like, 15 days, I am done teaching. Like, that is not going to be my job anymore. It's insane to me. So, oh, let me make sure everyone's muted. Give me a second so I can make sure everyone is muted. And here we go. So here is a little bit about me. If you were on my Facebook page, I don't know how to get that writing off. I did something. Number one thing that you're going to notice, you don't have to be an expert to be a coach because I wrote on this thing and I don't know how to take it off. Anyway, so my name is Rachel Milan. If we've never met before, that is who I am. I am a mom of four. I am a teacher currently. I have worked in places like fast food. I've worked as a nurse. I worked for 10 years at McDonald's. I worked for 3 years as a nurse, and then I kept doing what everybody kept telling me I needed to do, and I went to school and I put myself in like $80,000 worth of student loan debt to become a teacher and get that nursing certification. And now I'm leaving all of that stuff behind to do this coaching thing because, you guys, if I'd have never started this, I probably would still be super bitter, super depressed, and being in a really terrible, volatile relationship, still being super resentful of my spouse, resentful of everybody else who seemed like they were doing better than I was. And, that's just the place that I was 3.5 years ago. I was 185 pounds. I had just had my third child. I had a C-section before that. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. And, after having my third kid, I couldn't lose the weight. And that made me even more depressed. I would go to work. I coached high school, so I spent a lot of time away from my kids then, and then I would come home, just kind of make whatever was there. I kind of tried to be the mom that I didn't have. So I would make all these foods that I imagined people would want. So they were rich, greasy foods, whatever it is, enchiladas, whatever, typical Mexican foods. I would make it, and I was wondering why I couldn't lose the weight. I started working out. I was like, I'm a coach. I need to be, representing what a coach looks like. And here I am after having a baby and I can't lose my weight. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was wrong. And I started to look on Pinterest and do whatever I could to eat healthy, and it wasn't working. Nothing was working. So I started watching this girl on Facebook, which is actually my coach, and she kept showing this stuff that these girls were using in this program, 21 Day Fix, and I was like, what is all this, and how that can't be for real. That can't be legit. So I kept watching, and it took me 6 months of watching her to finally decide, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I just bought the program and I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. And I lost 10 pounds and 30 inches in 21 days. That's like 3 weeks. And I was like, what the hell? I'd been running 5 and 6 miles with my students, doing CrossFit workouts, doing everything, and I couldn't lose any weight. And with that, in 3 weeks, I lost 10 pounds. That was it for me. I did the program 3 more times, lost 65 pounds after 3 rounds of it. 3 rounds. So imagine 21 days times 3. Within 3 months, I had lost 65 pounds, and that was insane to me. I saw her post something that said, become a coach. I was like, shit, I'm already a coach. Why not? So I did, and I realized that it had nothing to do with being an expert on stuff. It just had to do with me sharing what was working for me. And that's all I've been doing for the past 3.5 years, sharing what has been working for me. Because honestly, you don't have to be an expert to do what it is that I'm doing. You just have to be proof that this stuff works. I never imagined that I would be able to leave my job, just proving that these programs that, they pay millions of dollars to create and all of that fun stuff, that they really work. So, how it's changed my life, I want to share that with you guys because this is the why. This is the why I keep going, because I am no longer that anger, bitter, and resentful woman who was self-sabotaging. I am not that girl anymore. Do I still have times where I get angry? Yes, I'm still human, but I know that I'm not bitter and resentful, and I'm not always angry, and I'm not always in that dark place that I just wish I could find my way out. Like, I've been there at times where, I've been living paycheck to paycheck and everything is so stressful. And, it was super embarrassing for me. I was at such a low place that I was living with my ex-husband's uh, grandmother, and I love her to pieces.
Add 5 plants
But
or animals to your
what is
ecosystem
that?
each day. You'll
Hold
find them
on.
in their bubbles.
That's weird. I'm still a teacher. Can you tell? So I was super bitter. Who wouldn't be in a bad place when they really have to swallow their pride and live with their ex-husband's grandmother, who is awesome, but like, you're not even related. Imagine what people were thinking. Like, all of that stuff was running through my mind. So there's no doubt in my mind that this totally helped me. I started these programs, I started setting goals, and you know what? Within 6 months of doing these programs, I set a goal to leave my job in Fort Stockton, move to Andrews, and get out of the situation I was in. We made a decision to buy a house. Like, all of that stuff I never would have done if I had never made the decision to start changing my life. So, what is coaching? Coaching is not being an expert in fitness. It's not being in your best shape. You don't have to be 120 pounds with six-pack abs. Like, you don't have to be that in coaching. Simply put, coaching is just sharing what you do and proving that the Beachbody programs work. And Beachbody pays you to do that. Beachbody pays you to share your progress, to invite your friends, and show them, by leading by example, that these programs work. And then when they join you, they buy their stuff from Beachbody, and Beachbody in turn pays you. They're like, oh, here we go. Thank you for sharing your progress and showing people that it works. Let me help you out. And that's how it really works. You share your progress. You share it with your family. You share it with your friends. You don't have to be this guru on Facebook. You don't have to be super savvy on Instagram or know everything about technology and do all this crazy stuff. All you have to do is share what is working for you and what you've learned. And you're always learning. So what I'm sharing is where I'm at right now in the moment. 3.5 years ago, I was sharing where I was postpartum, 3 kids. I was struggling to get the workouts in. I was struggling to get the meal plans, and all of that learning process is what I shared. And that's really all it was. And people wanted to join me. People wanted to share in the progress. And I have helped countless women lose that weight because I just provided that friend. Just did what I would have done naturally. Just be that friend who said, hey, come on, let's work out. Hey, come on, let's do this. Hey, this is what I'm doing to eat healthy. This is what I'm doing. Like, we already as friends share this stuff naturally with our friends. We share about our mascaras. We share about our favorite bra. We share about what works for us when we have menstrual cramps. Like, we share everything. Why wouldn't you share this stuff that's helping you be healthier and be happier with a friend and let Beachbody pay you for it? So that's what coaching is. It's essentially Beachbody paying you to do what you already do naturally. So the picture that's here is at Summit. Guys, I did not realize that when I joined this, I was going to get a family, like a group of women and men. If you notice, there's men. There's a couple of guys out there in our group, but mostly women, because we stick together, we communicate really well. And for me, that has also been like a dream come true. I was a kid who didn't have a lot of friends growing up. So having that support from other girls and being able to fit in and be a part of something bigger, like, to me, that was icing on the cake. I never imagined that was going to be a part of it. So what do coaches do exactly? It's simple. It's super simple. You just work on you. You just keep working on, your health and fitness journey. You work on becoming a better person. I want to stress that a little bit of this is making a complete transformation, and it's a day-by-day thing, but becoming that person that you want to be in 10, 15 years, that person that you admire, that you see, that you're like, man, she's really cool. I don't know what it is about her, but she's really cool. I wish I could be more like that. That's essentially what you're getting paid to do, is to become physically healthier, emotionally healthier, mentally healthier, and becoming that person by growing yourself. We work on what is called personal development, those self-help books that people typically are like, what? You read what? Like, those things have helped me change my mindset. They help me become more positive. And I thought I would never be positive. I was the most negative person around. Like, you had something nice to say, I shut you down. And that is not me anymore because of all this personal development. And I've been able to deal with those demons that hold us back from really realizing the potential that we have inside of us. So you do that. You just work on you and you share your story. That's it. You share your story. So, girl bosses that work on ourselves inside and out. So this is some of our team. So I love these women. They have been there through thick and thin, but this is part of who helps you with this transformation, with this journey that you're going to be on. Like, these women are going to be there to help you out. Like, it's like, no soldier left, no one's left behind. Like, we're always there for each other. Whatever we need, we're there. So, I want to talk a little bit about what coaching is not. So, coaching is not a pyramid scheme. I have had family members and close friends and anybody who just shows any concern for me tell me, that's a pyramid scheme. That's weird. Be careful. And they'll send me information, meaning well. And I'm like, guys, I did my research. I looked this stuff up and it's not a pyramid scheme. So a pyramid scheme is typically that this guy up here gets paid while everybody else down here does the work. And none of these guys can ever be higher than him. So imagine you work at McDonald's, you're a employee, you get minimum wage. Sure, you can move up in rank. You can become a manager. I was a shift manager, and then I was the assistant manager when I worked at McDonald's. But unless I was ready to dish out a couple $100,000, I would have never been CEO. And guess what? I don't have $100,000 to invest in a business. So this Beachbody is a business. Is your business, but you don't have someone to report to. Aubrey, I'm busy. I'm still a mom. Okay, go find daddy. Thank you. I'm still a mom. Guess what? I still get to do this stuff being a mom, and you hear them coming and knocking on the door. And that's the cool thing, is you get to be who you are in this thing. Let me not side note there. So in a pyramid scheme, you typically think about businesses like that involve a huge startup cost. That's the big thing. Like, if you have somebody asking you for a huge startup cost and then they tell you to bring in like 20 other people with another huge startup cost for them, that's typically a pyramid scheme, because you're all putting this money in and then you don't get the return. And that's not the case here. Like, this is not a huge investment. We're not asking for hundreds of dollars here. We're not asking for you to invest in something and you get nothing in return. Pyramid schemes do that. They will ask you for money and give you nothing in return and tell you, here you go. Maybe they'll give you a DVD on how it is for you to convince other people to join, and that you might get a couple $100, but most of the time you lose out on those things. And this is not the case. When you sign up with your challenge pack, you get something for your value. You get workout programs, you get your nutrition, your meal plans, you get your Beachbody on demand, your all access pass, however it is that you signed up. Like, you get something. Like, when you go to the store and you buy your groceries, like, you get to take something home and it's actually beneficial to you and it's something you get to use. You're not just sending somebody money and getting nothing in return. So this is not one of those things. This is also not a get rich quick scheme. Again, pyramid scheme, get rich quick scheme. This is not it. Like, you are not going to come into this and make $1 million unless you're willing to work some crazy hours and you have some kind of trick up your sleeve. Like, this is something that it starts off where you start making progress on your own, and however much effort you're willing to put in, whatever it is that you're doing, that is what you're going to see your rewards from. Like, it is not something where you're going to come in and just make $1 million. Like, it's possible that over time, with realistically, like any business, you can make good money, 6 figures. You can even hit the Millionaires Club. There are some women who do this full time and that's how they do, but they've been doing it for a while and they've been consistent and they've been putting their efforts in. So this is one of those things where you're like, man, I wish they would pay me what I'm worth. This is one of those things where you get paid what you're worth, and the better you get and the more consistent you get and the more you just share your authentic journey, the more you're going to see those results come in your paycheck. Again, I started out paying for my kids' diapers, my kids' lunch money. I started out then after a month or two, I was able to cover my Shakeology because I drink that every day. It's like my groceries. Then I started actually buying groceries weekly because you get paid weekly. So this sometimes would help me pay for my gas and some groceries for the week. And then after a little while, then I was starting to see that I could help make car payments. Guys, I have a Suburban. Those things are not cheap. So go with daddy. So all of this stuff is what I was doing. Being able to make those little contributions for me was amazing because I didn't have to leave my family to go work a part-time job and make those extra ends meet. Like, you didn't have to do that. I just had to keep sharing my journey and inviting my friends to join me and then helping them stay accountable and just doing what I already do as a friend, saying, hey girl, let's go work out. Hey, did you work out today? Hey, what are you eating? Like, that's essentially all I do. And it's amazing that this is the opportunity that I'm offering you guys so that you can get your health and nutrition under control and so that you can do whatever it is that you need to do to make ends meet in your home. Because I promise you that this is simple and all you have to do is want it. Okay. So, not a pyramid scheme, not one of those crazy salesy things. Like, I don't do that. I don't go out and sell stuff. I do not. And I'm going to say that again. I don't go out and sell stuff. I go out there and I share my journey and I'm going to stay with this free. And I encourage women to do the same thing because it's what's worked for me. It's like me recommending the mascara that works best. So you start working on you. This is how it works. You pretty much pay it forward. You've seen those things where you pay it forward. You start working on you. You inspire a few people to start their journey. And then they inspire a few people to start their journey. And then they inspire people to start their journey. So yeah, it kind of does look like a pyramid. But let me tell you something. This guy down here can pass me anytime and make more money and do more than I ever imagined if they're rocking it out, if they're getting results, if they're helping more people than I am. Guess what? They're going to pass me, and their effort is what their income is going to be. So whatever it is that they're doing that's working for them is going to be reflective of how much they're getting paid. Like, that to me is awesome. So Beachbody is the nutrition. They give you all this stuff. They give you the nutrition. They give you you don't have to be a nutrition expert. You don't have to be a fitness expert and figure this out. You don't have to have all these crazy certifications and all that stuff, all those little initials behind your name in order to do this. Like, all you legit have to want to do is work on yourself. And then you share your journey. You provide that peer support, that friendship, and that's it. Like, you get paid to be somebody's friend and get healthy. That is insane. I mean, to me, that's insane. Wait, do I have to sell stuff? I just covered that. No, you don't have to sell stuff. We share your journey, and people naturally ask you what you're doing. People naturally say, what the heck? You know, when they see that 3 weeks ago you were weighing 165 and now you're 120, you're like, oh, what are you doing? And then you just say, oh, this is what I've been doing. You want to join me? And they say yes or no. And if they say no, well then cool. And if they say yes, boom, they buy their stuff from Beachbody. And guess what? Beachbody pays you. So your goal is to share as best you can so that people want to join you, because there's a huge trend of obesity. I don't have to tell you that. We just want people to be healthier. And the more coaches we get out there, the more healthy people we're going to get out there. And that's the bottom line. So, show me the money. How do I build significant income? So pretty much all this stuff can be covered in the 3-day group. I don't have a lot of time on here, but as a brand new coach, you can start out earning commissions from whatever it is. When your friends sign up, Beachbody will pay you $47.45. You get, if you get 2 friends to sign up, then you move up to Emerald, which is just a way for you to know, hey, I'm making progress in my business, and your commissions increase. So every time that you do stuff, it builds. It builds. It has that compound effect. It might start with one person, then you have two, and then your friends start inviting friends. Then you reach that emerald rank. And guess this is you earning, guys, a month. I can already start planning what I'm going to do with $400 a month. Like, couldn't you? Like, I could imagine that's half my car payment. That's awesome. And I didn't have to leave my house. Star Diamond, that means that you and another friend help sign up four other coaches or four other friends. Like, it just builds. And the more friends that you have helping other friends and just helping each other out, in a month, and this is just doing the bare minimum in a month, $547. Like, couldn't you? That's almost half of your rent. That's groceries for the entire month for me. So again, I'm going to say this out there to make the Beachbody lawyers happy. How much you make is a reflection of how much effort you put into this. They don't guarantee this. Like, you have to put your hustle in there. You have to get to work. You have to move your little hiney and make it happen. Like, it doesn't just magically happen. You have to share your progress, and you actually have to have progress. Like, you actually have to be doing this stuff for people to believe you. You can't say that you're doing it and then not really be doing it and just slinging challenge packs. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you have to be proof that this stuff works. And guess what? It isn't that hard to be the proof. It really isn't. So in a year, monthly, you could be making $600 in 18 months. And this is, again, the bare minimum. If you stay consistent and you're hustling and you're doing whatever you need to do just to sign up 2 or 3 of your friends to join you, and you're just being their friend, normally encouraging them to finish. And then it just builds and it builds. So worst case scenario, what if no one wants to join me? Well, in worst case scenario, you got a kick-ass program, you got kick-ass results, you lost weight, you met some new friends, and you are facing those fears that have been holding you back from everything else. Worst case scenario, you get in the best shape of your life. You didn't waste money because you got in the best shape of your life and you learned how to eat healthier, and that is a direct reflection into your family. So you're probably thinking, well, what if I'm not sure, or what if I just kind of want to go and dabble a little bit? That's fine. Like, be sure when you're ready. Like, you get to decide when you come in. As a coach, you can come in as 3 different ways. You can become a discount coach. Maybe you're not sure and you want to see if these programs really work. You don't believe me yet. Fine, come in. Get a discount on your shakes. Get a discount on your programs. Get a discount on Beachbody On Demand All Access, because it's like Netflix for workouts. And you don't have to sell anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to invite or learn any of this other stuff. And you still save, $16 a month on your Shakeology. Who doesn't want to save money? I save money every month. And I'm going to say that 3 times because I have Shakeology for me and my kids, because I haven't been sick in rocking on 3 years in July. 3 years that I have not even had a cold. So I'm just saying, my little girl, 2 years old almost in May, never been sick. Never had to take her to the ER. Never had to take her to the doctor. Not even a cold. So you can be a hobby coach, just kind of doing it here and there, inviting your friends here and there. You love the products. You're like, yes, I share it with friends. And hey, you get a little extra cash, but you're not trying to build this crazy, insane business. That's totally fine too. But if you really know that you want to be at home and you need to make this income, or it's for some reason you need to make this your full-time job and you need to make this happen for you because you need the money and you want the freedom, then this is something where you need to be coming in as a business builder, and you need to make the decision that this is for you and that you're ready to hustle your heart out and you're ready to learn and you're ready to do. So again, it's really not hard. It's simple. But it's not easy. With that said, like, you have to be consistent. And this is where that team support, by joining a team, you get that from me. You get that from the girls on our team. You get that from everybody that is Team Beachbody. And there is no doubt in my mind that if you want to come in and you want to hustle and you want to make this, eventually have and you'll figure out the lingo once you join, like a huge team, and have free trips every year and have all this stuff paid for you and have somebody build you a house, then shit, come in and do it. Like, there's no limit here. There's no cap. It's all dependent on how much you're willing to put effort in. So those are the 3 different ways you can come in and get a discount. You're not too sure if you want to do the coaching thing. Maybe you're like, oh, maybe I can try it. Or if you want to be a business builder. Either way, it's all going to be the same when you start. You just have to make that decision into you. So our team provides weekly training calls. Like, you're not left on your own to figure this stuff out. We help you out. We start with small group trainings. I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you tips and ideas. And we have so much out there that we help you. You are not left on your own. I'm trying to hustle through this. So there's 2 ways to join us. You can start with your challenge pack. And this actually is a little outdated. The Beachbody On Demand All Access is $160. You get Netflix for workouts for $160, plus your Shakeology, plus your containers, and your coach fee is waived. So, or maybe you just want to sign up as a coach. Maybe you're not sure what program you want. You're not sure if you want Shakeology. You just kind of want to see what this business is about. You pay $40 to join. That's it. Like, to me, that's insane, because if you want to start your own business, you have to dish out $100,000 at minimum to start. If you want to start a gym, that's how much it costs, because I've looked into it and I tried it and it sucked. So what do? You can shoot me a private message on Facebook. You can connect with me that way, or whoever it is that invited you to this call, and let them know that you want to be a coach. Talk about which one you want to start with. Let them walk you through the sign-up process. But reach out to them. They invited you for a reason, because they felt that you needed this. If they felt that this was something for you, I feel like this is something that everybody should really explore, because there's no other place that's going to pay you to get healthy, work out, be a better you, and be a good friend. Like, that's an insane job. You post on social. So here are some of my friends that are coaches. I sure wish I didn't have that writing on there. Is Stephanie. She's my success partner. Single,